Hello and welcome to my sketchbook tour of May 2022. This has been quite a big month for me. A lot of things happened in this month. Starting off on this first page is a portrait of myself that I did in fine liner. And this is a page made out of an old shirt that I used to work in, which I've sewed quite badly onto the page. These are some strings that I've tied, just for a bit of a 3D look, I suppose. A bit of texture. This page is some portraits of Victorian cat people, which I thought were cute. This I was supposed to make a little bit creepier. I tried to make it look like water was coming out of the frame, but I'm not sure if that really came across. This page I cut out, just for fun, for something to do with my hands, I suppose. This is an old postcard I have of Buckfast Abbey, and I've used a print of a fish around it. This is a page of things that I found in my special scrap box. Some stickers that my friend gave to me, and an old joke book from when I was a kid. It says, "Is this your card?" And it's a card that I found on the floor. This is a map that my friend Ruby gave me of her university that she drew out. Directions for me to find a specific room. I have no idea how you follow that, but I thought it was cute, so I've kept it. And here is an example of some of my prime jokes. This says, "What is a goose's favourite fruit?" Gooseberries. And here is the jokester herself. This is a page kind of celebrating my childlike self. I've got some travelling stickers and an old flight card. Some stickers that I think I would have really liked at that age, which I've stuck around the page. Some glitter as well. Just really embracing the inner child. This is a page where I was really struggling with coming to terms with my autism. On the back I've written all of the things in my life that I've felt have come from autism, which have been negative. So it says detention, never in my 20 years of teaching, which is something that a teacher said to my mum when I had misbehaved in her class quite badly. And then I took a wax crayon and I coloured over the top of all of them, kind of as an exercise to show that I'm more than just the negativity in my life. And although it can feel frustrating and like the whole world is against me at times, it's a blessing, really. I really like the colours on this page. And this is a box that I drew in therapy. It says, "My anxiety is in a box, so it can't hurt me." I really like this page as well. I feel like it's very calming to look at. And that is some magnolia petals that I took from a garden and pressed last year. And I've written love there because I'm really trying to exercise more love this month. Love myself and those around me. These are some ticket stubs that I got from Kew Gardens, and something else that I learnt in therapy. I am not my thoughts, I am not my body. I was equating a lot of my emotions to my thoughts, which is not the same thing. And it's a valuable lesson. I'm glad that I've been able to come to terms with that. On this page I've written, "There is no such thing as bad art," and lots of funny pictures of hands, because I was really stressing about this page, trying to make it look perfect. I didn't have enough time to come back and do photorealistic portraits like I wanted, so I made myself sit down and just draw as many hands as I could in the space of about 10 minutes, as quickly as possible. I actually really like the effect. I think that they're very funny looking. These are the original drawings that I did of my hands for the tube maps, which I was trying to do on the rest of the Kew map gardens, but I did the funny hands instead. I really like these as well, but I feel like I like the funnier hands better. I like when things are a bit wonky. This is a page of pressed flowers which I've collected from around my area where I live. That one that I was just touching is from a garden centre where I work. These are bluebells from my bluebell woods near where I live. There are buttercups and daisies. Lots of really nice wildflowers on here. Californian poppy.
Into the shocked brain of the man who groped his way through the dark streets, crept the fog.
This is a portrait of me either screaming or yawning at some tube map, which is really funny, I think, because that is exactly how I feel. Could either be screaming, could be yawning, either way. This is a piece kind of about losing a lot of friends, which happened to me in May. I found suddenly that I looked around and I didn't have anybody close to me, which was very difficult to come to terms with. I felt like a lot of people had ghosted me. That's a lino print that I did of a little ghost, which I used in other parts of my sketchbook as well. And on this side I've just done some doodles in Tipex. Kind of like a Mandela effect. These are some slips that I found on the street, different exhibits and things, and these are old festival bands. This is a Boomtown festival from 2019 that I really like, so I've kept. These are all pre-pandemic. This is what I used to do for fun, go to festivals, not anymore. This is a page sort of celebrating my degree. I finished my degree in this month. This is an old picture that I did of a girl, and I've coloured it in with highlighters, again trying not to pay too much attention to perfection, just get the colours on there. These are cards that I've collected from my travels, some from New Zealand, some from England. This is a concept artist I think I've got from a Comic-Con. Train tickets. Laura's Farm, which is a place that I went volunteering at in New Zealand. And above that is my student ID card, which I've stuck in. I look very different to how I did when I first started uni. That's 5 krona, which is Swedish currency, and some pendants that I found in my special box of things. This is a Viking riddle. It's got 2 meanings. One is a dirty meaning, and the other is... big reveal. An onion. I really like these Viking riddles. I think they're really funny and interesting to translate. This is another poem in Old English. And these are some writing projects that I did in the first ever semester of my first year. You can pause to read it if you'd like. And these are some comments that my teacher's written on them about how to improve and what I did well. This story, I remember being so scared to read out in class. But I'm really proud of myself for doing it, and everybody was really nice to me, so I'm glad that I did it in the end. And I quite like this story, even though now that I read it I can see there's a lot of things I would change. This is a poem by Elizabeth Bishop called One Art. When I first read this, I feel like I didn't like it that much, but now I really like it. It kind of sums up my life of losing things and misplacing things all the time. This is a poem in Middle English, which I had to study. Just an extract. And this is a picture which I had to write something about as a warm-up exercise, and I liked it, so I've kept it. This is celebrating just finishing my degree, really. And then this page is the immediate freedom of that, of being able to have my degree and go off and do whatever I want for the summer. This is a poem from an old piece I did for a journal when I was in sixth form. These are some old drawings from that time as well, which I've coloured in with highlighter again and stuck stickers on. Bloody Jack is the name of a spirit who supposedly lives in my hometown. That says my body is not my own, and I've drawn a funny person on there. This piece is about nature and all of the things that I was seeing around me in May. This is a blue tit sat on her chicks. I really like collecting things from around me in real life. So they're feathers and buttercups and grass from my local park, which I've used to create the nest. This is a piece which I started off with all intention of finishing completely, but I found again that I was stressing over how to make it perfect. So I intentionally have left some of it unfinished to try and challenge myself again on that idea that there is no such thing as bad art. This is me looking to my future self and past evolutions of me looking on to my current self. This is a page where I just kind of wanted to experiment. I had an ink brush pen and I wrote transform in big letters and just saw what came from it, really. I've used my finger to smudge some colour onto the butterfly wing, but apart from that, quite a simple page. This was a page that I used once as a vent page when I was very, very upset. I was having quite a bad time. So I took myself off on a walk and I sat next to this monument where I live and I drew it. And then next to that I wrote out all of the things that were in my brain at the time, making me feel bad. And it really helped. This is a page of doodles. I quite like doing intricate doodles like this. I like this lady in the corner. No real meaning behind this, I just really like doodling. This is sheep's wool from my mum's farm, which I've used to fashion a sort of tiny rug. And this is a braid, which I've also put into the book. Again, just for colour, a bit of texture. I quite like both of these. I actually made the rug which this is being filmed on, and it was just leftover sheep's wool from that, which I used for this bit of the page. On the other side I had some spare string from the sheep's rug, so I've used that to create another rug, which I've sewn out of just bits of string that I had in my room. And some more pressed flowers on this side on tissue paper. This is a picture of me when I was 17, which I drew in therapy. And I coloured it in with felt tips, not really worrying about the colours, just sort of getting some colour on there. And then I cut up an old CD and used that as the base of the shirt and the halo. This was a time in my life where I was really struggling and going through a lot of trauma, which I've had to work very hard to get over. This is how I was feeling at the time. And on the other side I've written, I love you, because I do, I love my past self now. I love her for getting through it and doing the best she could at the time. And on the other side I've done some string hearts. And this is an old drawing that I had, which I stuck in because I liked it. No real meaning behind that one. I just wanted some more love on the page. Trying to practice a lot more self-love. And self-kindness as well. And this is the final page. So this is butterflies, lots of different butterflies. These are dog rose and lavanta petals, which I found and pressed. And then I've used them as the butterfly wings. This is an old butterfly prop jewellery which I just had in my room, and I've pinned it to a board. You can see it's quite thick. I struggled getting this into my book properly, but I managed it in the end. And then these are some butterflies I made with leftover CD clippings and poppy flowers. And I tried to draw some detail onto the poppies, but it kind of just looks like it's mouldy, so I'm not sure if that's very good. But yes, this is all with the theme again of transformation, turning into something more beautiful, that I've come through the suffering and I've achieved my goals, and now I'm at the other side and I'm something beautiful. This is a quick flip through of what my sketchbook looks like. Thanks very much for watching.